Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. So today we are going to be doing a highly requested video in the Messages from the Deities series, and we have Freya today. It is her turn. So we are going to have three options, and it's going to be messages from Freya, and it's what seeds do you need to plant to get your abundance? You know, what do you need to do at this point? What seeds do you need to plant to cultivate abundance? And Freya is the goddess of love, fertility, war, and so much more. So I am going to do things a little bit differently this time. I am going to add a little bit about Freya in the description section of the video instead of recording it where I am talking about her, just because I think it's going to be easier and faster, and I think that people that are watching this are already aware of who she is, and that's probably why you clicked on this video. If you are not, then she may be calling out to you. So I also encourage you to do your own research, look up information on the goddess Freya, and we are going to jump into the reading. So we're going to have three options. Option number one is going to be those two boars there, and it's because the boar is very sacred to Freya. Option number two is going to be this spider daisy, and daisies are also associated with the goddess Freya. And option number three is going to be this resin chariot, kind of a resin chariot card. It's very beautiful, and that is to represent her chariot. So take a few minutes, ground center yourself, ask your angels, guides, higher self, ask Freya to come in and help you, and ask you which pile or piles have a message for you. And let's jump right into the reading. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to these two. This is my pair of earrings that I just got for this, but it is two boars, and it's kind of a gold colored with some flowers, and I thought that they would be perfect for this reading. So we're going to place them right over there. So this is what seeds can you plant at this time to bring in abundance, and we are working with Goddess Freya. So I have some information on her in the description box if you want to check that out. Also, as a reminder, it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And let's start by looking at what seeds need to be planted at this time. So we have Hanged Man, Knight of Swords, Five of Swords. Okay, I'm starting to get the message here. And 10 of Wands. All right, so for my pile number one, first message that's coming in right away for me with this Hanged Man, Knight of Swords is, and the Five of Swords as well, because there's kind of this sense of feeling overwhelmed, of feeling confused, some conflict here, right? That sense of where am I going, which way am I going? Which way am I headed, right? What am I trying to accomplish? And one of the best things that we can do before we even get to the point where we're planting the seeds, right? Before we even get to the point where we're working on what we are going to manifest, is to figure out exactly what it is that we want. For my pile number ones, you know, the first message coming in from Freya is, for many of you, you have a lot going on. You have a lot that you are trying to do, that you're trying to accomplish at this time. And a lot of that is overwhelming you, right? That sense of a little bit too much on your plate, a little bit too much, a little bit more than you can handle at this time comfortably. And sometimes just because we can do it doesn't mean we have to. So that's the first message coming in. For my pile number ones, it's, can you take a little bit of a break? Can you take a pause? Can you give yourself grace? Can you give yourself the time to truly get clear about what it is that you want? Because it feels like for my pile number ones, you've been planting seeds. And for some of you, the seeds that you have been planting haven't been it hasn't been working in the way that you had hoped. And for many of you, that's because you're kind of just on the go and you're on autopilot. You're doing things, you're trying to make moves, but you're not prioritizing. You're not fully dedicating yourself to the thing that you want to create, to the thing that you want to manifest. Now, when we think of abundance, it could be money, it could be career, but it could be so much more than that. So for different people, it's going to be different things. But it's almost a sense of, for example, if this does have to do with a career, if this does have to do with a business or a project, it's almost like you're moving towards it, but then you have a lot of things going on. And for some of you, those other things involve other people. So kind of carrying other people's responsibilities for them. Taking on enough for yourself, but taking on more than enough for other people as well. Kind of overwhelming yourself with everything that you're trying to do. And that's kind of leading to this sense of, this Five of Swords there is standing out to me because it's this sense of inner conflict. This sense of, which way am I going? What am I doing? Where am I headed? Am I on the right path? Because for some of you, again, you've been on the go, but you haven't been taking time to figure out, am I on the path that I want to be on? Right? And there is a sense of unfairness to this. There is a sense of, doing way too much. And even a sense of your confidence kind of taking a hit. Because for some of you, you are working so hard. For most of you, you are working very, very hard. But you're spinning your wheels, and you're spinning your wheels in place because you are spreading yourself so thin. So the first message, again, coming in from Freya is not what seeds can you plant at this time, but can you even get clear about which seed you do want to plant, right? Because we're talking about what seeds do I plant? But for my pile number 1, what you're being asked to figure out is, which one do you want to plant? Which one do you want to work with? Can you prioritize? Can you focus your intentions? Can you figure out what it is that you want? And as you figure that out, can you start to follow the path? Because right now the energy is very scattered. It's a little bit all over the place. So it's almost a sense of take a breather. Stop. Ground yourself. Figure out what matters to you. Figure out what the first step is. Figure out, where do you want to go? A year from now, 6 months from now, 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Figure out who you want to be, where do you want to be, what do you want to be experiencing, and work your way back. You were attracted to the boar, and some of you have been working so hard, but you're not getting to where you want to be. And again, part of that is because you're doing too much, because you're spreading yourself, you're taking on too much. And for some of you, I am getting this very clearly, for some of you, you're taking on other people's responsibilities. So you're taking care of your own thing, you're doing your own thing, but you're also taking care of perhaps a family member, perhaps a child, perhaps a friend, a coworker. This is the energy of someone who's kind of carrying a lot of people's burdens on their own back. And that can be a very noble and beautiful thing to do. But that can also hurt the other person, because this is about you doing what is right for you, and also allowing other people to take responsibility for who they are and what they want to create. Sometimes when we take on things for other people, we actually end up hurting them. And respectfully, for some of my pile number 1s, there's a message of you almost enabling other people by taking on too much for them. For some of you, even if you ask for help, or even if you try to delegate, you end up taking it right back on. And for a couple of you, you may be dealing with someone who is manipulating you to some extent, where they know that, if I don't, for example, if this was household chores, they would be able to say, well, if I don't do it, so-and-so will do it. and they kind of put doing something off. Or, it could be a work project where you are assigned to do a project with someone at work or at school, and they're kind of saying, yeah, I'll get to it. And they put it off till my pile number one comes in and does it for them. So this is saying, can you get clear about what seeds you want to grow and what it is that you want? Because with the Knight of Swords here, you have the work ethic. You have the ability to see this through. You have the ability to co-create this. You have the ability to reach success, whatever that means for you, because many different people watching, so it's going to mean something different for everyone individually, but whatever that means for you, you have what it takes. But right now, the best thing that you can do is take a pause, check in with yourself, figure out what it is that you want, and prioritize. Delegate as well. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be everything for everyone, pile number one. And because this is about planting seeds in abundance, I did want to pick some money and career cards. So let's see what we have here. Teacher, you have the ability to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. Consider careers in teaching, coaching, mentorship, or being a motivational speaker. You've learned much about money. This is a time to put it into practice. Some of you could be a teacher. Some of you could want to be a teacher. I also think that you are someone who leads by example. Easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race. This is not a good time to rush. Pay attention to every detail. Careful not to get involved with any get-rich-quick schemes. Now we have easy does it, and we have the hanged man there. And both of these energies are very similar, right? Taking a pause, taking a step back, taking, some time out, kind of reconnecting to self, doing things slowly, not trying to rush. Because it's very interesting that we have the Knight of Swords and now we have easy does it underneath it, because the Knight of Swords is about fast movement. It's about, moving fast, getting to where you want to be, chasing. As we can see in the card, the person is running full speed ahead. But for my pile number ones, again, many of you are used to kind of being on the go and trying to make things happen. You're constantly taking action. For my pile number one, the problem for you is not the action. Well, I should say it's not taking action. It's trying to figure out which action is going to get you to where you want to be, or to figure out what action is needed to get to where you want to be. We have persistence. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Success is just around the corner. Follow through with what you set out to do consistently until you reach your goal. Hard work is required to keep building on your finances. And my pile number ones, you are very persistent. But again, can you get clear about what it is that you're creating? What it is that you're bringing to life and what it is that you want out of life? And then we have unstable. There have been a lot of ups and downs with your finances. Money coming in fast and going out just as quickly. Fast changes regarding money or unexpected turn of finances. And I do feel this energy is unstable, and that's the Five of Swords coming in. And the reason it's unstable for my pile number ones is because of everything that you're doing. It's kind of that loop, right? We're seeing it there with that, why can I not think of what that is? Roller coaster. Thank you. With that roller coaster. And it's kind of that energy of spinning your wheels, moving forward and doing things. But because you're not able to focus on what it is that you want, it's kind of getting you nowhere and the energy is unstable. But you have the persistence, you have the determination, you have the willpower. And for my pile number one, so far, if you take anything from this, it's can you sit down and figure out exactly what you want? And as you figure out what you want, can you kind of figure out what steps you need to take to get there, instead of just doing things for the sake of doing things? Let's see numerology. What do we have here? Time out. All right, pile number one. It's very interesting because this is I guess my expectation going into this was that this was going to be, what seeds do you need to plant? And so far we have the Hanged Man, which is about pause, which is about, kind of taking a break. We have Easy Does It, which is literally saying on the card, slow and steady wins the race, and now we have timeout. So again, pile number 1, you need to take a timeout and you need to figure out which way you are headed. For some of you, that's the most important thing at this point. Rebirth. Yeah, there's a rebirth coming here. And for some of you, it's about connecting to your spirituality. And that is what the Hanged Man is ultimately about. Being able to go within, figure out what drives you, what pushes you, what motivates you. Getting in contact or getting clear about what your purpose or what you want your purpose to be in this lifetime. And stepping into that energy. But you're going to have to slow down and take a time out to figure this out. And for my pile number 1s, for many of you, that's very uncomfortable. That's a very uncomfortable feeling. See what we have as far as astrology. Capricorn I use. Yeah, this is very earth energy, right? And Capricorn, for many of you, this has to do with work, finances, with career, projects, a business, something along those lines. Doesn't have to be, but I feel for the grand majority it will be. With Capricorn, Capricorn is all about what we have. The material items we have in our possession, what we have access to, the resources that we have. It's the 4th house. It's tied to the home, right? To our sense of self, our sense of security. And then we have, look at this, South Node, life's debts. Yeah, for some of you, you are kind of going through the motions and you're continuously doing things in the same way you've always done them. And this is no longer serving you. So the North Node is where we are headed. The South Node is our comfort zone and where we have come. So if you believe in past lives, the South Node is the past life. The North Node is our potential, what we are meant to reach in this present current lifetime. So the South Node is the repetition of not only what is comfortable in this lifetime, but what is comfortable from past lives. What feels comfortable but isn't necessarily helpful to our soul evolution. So for some of you, you've been in this cycle, and look at that, the roller coaster, right? The cycle. You've been in this cycle of doing things in the same exact way that you've always done them. And you're not really getting anywhere. I almost get the feeling of someone kind of dangling a carrot in front of a horse, and the horse is chasing that carrot on that string, right? But he's never actually reaching it. I'm also seeing a visual of somebody running on a treadmill. And you're running full speed ahead, but you're not getting anywhere because there is nowhere to get to. That may resonate for some of you as to what you feel like is happening in your life. And that's why Freya is coming in and she's saying, let's take a step back. And let's start anew. Let's go through this rebirth, this new beginning. Let's figure out where we are headed. Let's figure out where we want to be so that we can figure out how to get there. Instead of just doing things or taking care of other people's problems. And that's not to say that you can't or shouldn't help anyone, because I would never say that. I feel like my pile number 1s, you're very kind, generous, and that's a lovely thing to be. But you also have to take care of your desires, of your purpose, of your satisfaction. Let's see what needs to be surrendered for this pile. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Yeah, for some of you, you've been trying to change something, but you're not accepting what is. You're trying to, and that's that conflict, right? That's that inner conflict. Instead of being able to say, this is where I'm at and this is what's happening right now, there's almost this desire to fully change to something else. But you cannot create change if you cannot be in acceptance of what is happening. And sometimes it takes time to create change. So we have to be able to be in the energy of what is. For some of you, removing some rose-colored glasses and seeing life exactly for what it is. Surrender to non-action. Wow. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man, timeout, easy does it, and now we have surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. This is also about letting opportunities come to you. letting life give you what you need and responding instead of trying to figure out what the next move is or trying to stay 3 steps ahead. Because again, some of you are spinning your wheels. And when you are spinning your wheels, you are not getting anywhere. You're tiring yourself out. It's very interesting because for my pile number ones, it's about prioritizing. It's about setting intentions, focusing, figuring out what the focus is. Let's see, what do we have here? The witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. For many of you, you have the ability to manifest. You have the ability to create. You have the ability to tap into your passions, to create something beautiful. You are magic. You are power. Some of you are really connected to Freya, and you came here because of her, because you knew exactly who she is. But this is saying, can you step into your power and can you step out of your own way? And for some of you, taking a break, stopping is very hard. You could be an air sign, you could be a fire sign. So air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, where you feel the need to be on the go. Some of you operate from the divine masculine, but you need to figure out what you are putting your effort and energy into in order for it to work for you. See what we have with the unicorns? Sanctuary, take time out from the world. Spend more time alone, meditate, or go on a retreat. I don't see these cards before you do. This is insane that we have the Hanged Man, time out, easy does it, sanctuary, and surrender to non-action. We have 5 cards that are talking to you taking a break. And for many of you, that break is going to be to break the pattern, to break that, that roller coaster that you're on. Because some of you, it's a roller coaster, it's a cycle, it's a never-ending, it's a Ferris wheel. Where you're just kind of doing the same thing and you end up at the same place. And Freya is saying, I don't want that for you anymore. I want something better for you. Confusion. Yeah, that's the 5 of Swords right there. And it says, growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. What I'm hearing is, for some of you, being in the energy of confusion is actually what you need right now. And the unknown, that dark night, that sense of nothingness, that sense of sadness, it terrifies you, pile number 1. But it's calling to you for a reason, because there's something that's ready to be discovered in that energy. And it's not about dwelling in it, but it's about allowing it. And it makes sense because surrender to what is. Surrender to the confusion. Surrender to the unknown. Then we have enough. You were born enough. It's not lost on me. Look at this red and look at this fire. Some of you could be a fire sign, but at the very least, stepping into your power, reconnecting to your power. That blue is standing out to me as well. A lot of blues in here as well. Throat chakra. Figuring out what your truth is so that you can speak it, live it, embody it. I picked a crystal. Let's see what crystal we have here. And we have Eye of the Storm. And it does feel like you are in the Eye of the Storm right now, pile number 1. I am going to read from the book for this one because I will be honest and say I am not very good with crystals. So it says, Eye of the Storm, safe haven. Eye of the Storm is a safe haven for your soul, a calm center no matter what upheavals may occur. A life support system during stressful times or serious illness. Hold on to it during challenges so that you may keep things in perspective. And it says, healing insight. You can stay centered and calm no matter what storm rages around you. And this is tied to all the chakras. And the frequency is earthy and high. And the soul path on it is walking safely through the storm. Many of you are kind of feeling this energy, right? feeling these doubts, feeling this. And what's interesting is with Eye of the Storm, this is also about you being able to relax, to take a time out. So it's interesting that you're coming to a reading that's saying, you know, what seeds can I plant so that I can get my abundance? And the answer for this pile is relax. Take a step back. Take care of yourself. Find your safe haven within. Relax, let go of stress. Practice mindfulness for this pile. For some of you, slowing down, connecting to your body, grounding your energy. All of those things coming in as super important for my pile number 1. Let's take a look at the blessings coming your way if you can do this. A blessing on a resolution. I really do feel for my pile number 1 that when you take the step, when you take the time out, and the Hanged Man, when we start with the Fool, the Hanged Man is an energy that, when the Fool reaches the Hanged Man, it's about purposely, intentionally placing himself on a timeout so that he can reflect on his journey thus far. It's the sacrificing action for the greater good and for the purpose of figuring out what's next. Because when we are on the move, we cannot know what's to come. For some of you, like I said, there's an aha moment. There's something that wants to come through, and it's going to come through you taking a time out. See what the other blessing is? A blessing on your health. Yeah. Because for some of you, you do not stop. And that 10 of Wands can be very, very heavy on your health. It could be very heavy on who you are as, on your overall wellness. It can be very hard to be in that 5 of Swords, 10 of Wands energy. It can be very hard to be in that Knight of Swords energy where you're constantly on the go. So the seed that my pile number 1s need to plant is actually taking a break and figuring out, who are you? What is next? Who do you want to be? Where you are headed? And giving yourself grace and compassion and a time out so that you can also figure out what cycles need to be broken at this time. Because for some of you, it's the hamster wheel. All right, pile number 1, that is all I have for you. If you like the reading, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know who do you like to see next in the deities, in the messages from the deities. I have seen Loki come up, and he's definitely on my list. If you want to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the spider daisy. We're going to place that right over there. And let's get started. So if you are looking for information on who Freya is, that information is in the description box. And if you are, as a reminder, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And let's get started with, what seeds do you need to plant at this time in order to bring in abundance? 9 of Swords. Judgment. Some of you are going through a dark night of the soul. Some of you are going through spiritual awakening. 6 of Cups. Some of you have some things from the past that have a very strong hold on who you are and what you believe you are able to accomplish. King of Cups. Very interesting. Okay, so pile number 2. It's interesting because I'm not necessarily seeing what seeds you need to plant. What I am seeing is what's in the way of you planting some seeds. So let's talk about this. 9 of Swords is a very difficult energy to be in. For me, the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords are the most difficult cards in tarot. And I've been in that energy long enough to know for me at least, it's the most difficult energy in tarot. So with the 9 of Swords, it's anxiety, it's depression, it's that sense of there's no way out. I I'm trapped. I can't get sleep. I can't get rest. No matter what I do, I am stuck in this. For some people, it's your own version of hell, right? Or whatever hell would normally be described as. Judgment is the complete opposite of that energy. It's the inner calling. It's the, forgiveness of self. It's compassion towards self. It's the higher self coming through and saying, this is what we are here to do. It's the removal of the mask, the letting go. And I feel like these two cards are very much tied together. Because I feel like for many of us, we go through this Nine of Swords before we reach the Judgment phase. And for my pile number 2s, and you chose this beautiful spider daisy, and I don't think that is a coincidence, because I think that you are looking for hope and faith. And you are looking for what's possible. And you are looking for, things are going to get better. For my pile number 2s, many of you have been stuck in this Nine of Swords energy for a very long time. You've been looking, seeking, but everything feels dark around you. Everything feels heavy. And it's a dark night of the soul. And for some of you, this kind of came in unexpectedly. This was started by the loss of something, whether it was a person, a relationship, someone that crossed over, or, the loss of a job, something. It feels like for most of you, it was something very unexpected that was lost. But it's gotten to the point where for my pile number 2s, this is not letting you move forward. And this Six of Cups here, for some of you, you are romanticizing the past to a certain degree. And for others of you, it's the past has a hold on you at this time. It's not letting you go. It's not letting you move forward. But my pile number 2s, you are very spiritual. Some of you have been working with Freya for a very long time. So this is not, this is not a reading that you ran into. You were probably seeking out something that had to do with Freya. So what Freya is coming in and saying is, for my pile number 2s, there's a need to find peace within yourself. Peace with what has been, acceptance of what is, what has been, and what will be. There's a need to look at things and realize that, yes, life is not always fair. I'm giving you that. I'm not going to sit here and say life is fair and everything happens for a reason, right? There is truth to that, but there are times where we go through things that are very difficult, that, it sucks that we have to go through that. And I'm not going to sit here and romanticize it and say everything that you've been through, this Nine of Swords, it was worth it. It was exactly what you needed to go through. That may be true, but it still sucked. It was still difficult. It's still not an easy energy to go through. And it's still something that you did not deserve. But what you can control, pile number 2, you can't control what has already been, because we don't have time machines, at least not yet, maybe one day. But you can control what you do with the current energy. And for some of you, it's time to release the hold the past has on you. For some of you, this goes back to childhood. Not having the childhood that you deserved, that you wanted. Not having the support that you wanted. The truth is, some people will come into this world with a disadvantage. And that's not fair, that's not right. But what we can do is try our best with what we are given. And you are ready to break free from this Nine of Swords energy. And it's going to take a decision from you. It's going to take effort. It's not going to be easy. And for some of you, you may need to seek out professional help. Because I do feel, like I said, the Nine of Swords is anxiety and depression. And not everyone can get out of that energy on their own. Self-help is great, healing is great, but sometimes we need professional help to get out of certain situations. So if that applies to you, reach out. And Freya will help you to find a medical professional or some professional that can help you. But right now, what is needed is to feel the feelings, but also to release certain feelings, not to hold on, not to dwell on them. And again, I'm not saying that that's easy. I'm not trying to make it seem like you're going to wake up and you're going to do it and that's that. You're going to move forward. Sometimes it takes a few tries. Sometimes it takes, again, getting help. But for my pile number 2, it's time to connect to the higher self. And for many of you, you can connect to the higher self through meditation. I'm getting a very strong Pisces, Cancer energy for this pile. Could be Scorpio as well, but Pisces is really standing out to me strongly. Libra energy as well. And before you can plant the seeds, Freya is saying it's time to release. It's time to let go. It's time to start to develop this self-love, this compassion for self. You know, instead of sitting and thinking about this, can I force myself to get up, to get dressed, to go out? Can I force myself? Can I set boundaries with myself as to how much I'm going to allow myself to wallow? And can I get out there and can I reach out to friends? For some of you, if you don't feel like you have friends or family that you can reach out to, can I reach out to a support group? One step at a time. Because there's an inner call that's calling to you. There's something here that you're meant to do, that you feel this inner call coming in. And that's probably also why you're watching this. But there's a need to do some releasing and take some action. Meditation, again, for this pile would be very helpful. I want to, let's see what power of surrender. I'm going to change the order in the reveal because I feel like I picked some finance and career cards for every single pile just because it is what seeds do I plan to get abundance. But I actually want to look at power of surrender for this pile first. Surrender to rest and sleep, to prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for a quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Some of you are not getting sleep. And I am so sorry if that's the case because insomnia is so hard to deal with. Some of you are not getting rest. You are very restless. You are not getting sleep. You are feeling overwhelmed. Again, for some of you, this does involve reaching out and getting help, and you will find the right person to help. Surrender to your intuition. Tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. I'm going to place these over here, actually. Pile number 2. I keep getting strong Pisces energy. Some of you it could even be a Pisces North Node. I do have to say that I am feeling that energy as well. So some of you could be a Pisces North Node. You could be a water sign North Node in your natal chart. But Pisces coming in very strongly. You could have some sort of Pisces transit in your current chart. But there's a need for rest here. There's also a need to connect. I keep getting meditation. I keep getting working with the third eye, with the crown chakra. There's information that's trying to come in. We have judgment here, which is, you know, kind of that connection to the higher self. Let's see what else we have. Let's look at what we have with astrology. I do not look at these cards before you do. I promise. This is crazy. Pisces, I believe. Yeah, this is strong Pisces energy. North Node. Wow. Okay. Some of you are definitely a Pisces North Node. Water sign North Node standing out. So, pile number 2. Some of you, there's a message in pile number 1 for you. So if you were drawn to pile number 1 or you were kind of looking at it and you were undecided for a little bit, just know that there could be a message for you. So I highly suggest that you check it out only if you were already drawn to it, because there's some kind of connections here. So For my pile number 2s, you are moving towards your purpose. That's what the North Node is. The South Node is past lives and what's comfortable to us. The North Node is the growth, right? It's the next step in our evolution as a soul. And Pisces is a very sensitive energy, but a very beautiful one at that, right? Because Pisces is all about believing, the imagination. Many of my pile number 2s, you have a very strong gift of clairvoyance. You also have a very strong crown and third eye chakra. And what you struggle with is your root chakra and grounding yourself. So for some of you, it's very hard to figure out what the next step is when it comes to tangible, right? Tangible next steps. What do I do? How do I move forward? And for some of you, it's also kind of that energy of that anxiety, right? Because you feel deeply. My pile number 2, most of you are going to be some form of empath, right? Where you can feel not only what other people around you are feeling, but you can feel the energy in the environment. You can feel the energy coming off of things themselves, people, animals. You feel things deeply. And right now, this is a timeless reading, but I'm recording this in January 2022. The last 2 years have been heavy for everyone, but especially for someone who's this sensitive. Let's take a look at the career and money, because I do want to see what's here. Transporter. This card is a good indicator that things will start moving for you rather quickly. A career in transportation such as travel, driving, or shipping could appeal to you. You could travel for work, or perhaps you need to take action on some financial matter. I do believe the message here is about things are going to start to move, because I feel like you're releasing so that things can move for you. And you are moving towards your North Node, your purpose. If you are a Pisces North Node, part of your purpose is to be in the flow and to allow. Because that would mean that your South Node is in Virgo, and Virgo likes to control. Virgo likes to be, Virgo is very self-critical. Also, if you are a Pisces North Node, spirituality is extremely important in this lifetime. Patience. Yeah, divine timing is at hand. It will require having faith while you are shown the way. You may feel tired and out of balance. The universe is forcing you to rest and recover. Money may be slow in coming in or unsatisfied with your finances. For some of you, be patient. I do feel there's action coming in. I have to say, I do feel more action coming in your way. Emotions. Yeah, this is very watery energy. Pisces again, coming in so strong. Your emotions are affecting your finances. You're paying too much attention to your love life and ignoring your career. Earn money doing something that you love, or a dream job might be offered to you. For some of you, you will make money by doing something artistic or spiritual. Manifesting. Guys, with this Pisces, with this water energy, you are amazing manifestors. Some of you, if you're familiar with human design, you are generators or manifesting generators. So manifesting, you have all the tools you need to increase your income. Good fortune is coming soon. An opportunity may come to you where you can showcase your talent. Some of you are artists. But you need to be able to, or willing to tap in. Some of you need to channel this into something creative so that you can release it. Let's see what we have with numerology. Change. Yeah, there's change coming. There's movement coming. A lot of blue here. Throat chakra. Throat, third eye, and crown coming in very strongly, but definitely also the need to work with the root chakra, because my pile number 2s, you struggle when it comes to grounding. And 66, healing. There's a lot of healing happening available to this pile. And Freya wants to help you with the healing. And you are ready to heal, pile number 2. You are absolutely ready. You want to release this. This is not like you want to sit in this anymore. You are ready to release this. Forgiveness, reducing burden. What's holding you down? For some of you, what do you need to forgive yourself for? Again, right, if you're a Pisces North node, you are a Virgo South node. And Virgo can be very self-critical, very judgmental of self. Others as well, but especially self. Because what happens is when Virgo is critical, there's always an element of that is turned inward. So, people sometimes will say Virgo is so critical and they're critical of others, but that's only a fraction of the criticism that goes within. See what we have with the unicorns? Intuition. Listen to the whisper of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide, and you're here. Trust your intuition no matter what. And we do have judgment here, which is all about intuition, higher self, right? For my pile number 2s, you could be a natural at reading oracle tarot cards. Let's see what else we have. Inner integration. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect life has on us. Some of you are, it's about integrating different parts of yourself, different aspects of yourself. Also about integrating the past and using it as you move forward in your future. Repair, making amends rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. For some of you, there is a lot about relationships coming up. So for some of you, it could be that you have been struggling with someone. Maybe there was a breakup, a divorce, something with parents, something with a best friend, something with a coworker. I will be honest, it feels more personal than that. And that's because remember, I did say that for this pile. I said, it feels like something came in because I kind of got the Tower card in my mind's eye. And I said, it feels like something came in and it was unexpected. And I said, it could have been like something losing something. That's what's coming in. For some of you, it could have been in childhood as well. But I did pick a crystal. So let's see what crystal you have here. And I will be looking at the book for this because I am not so great with crystals. And we have lavender aragonite, I believe. Probably butchered that. But let's take a look at what this says. And it's number 37. And it says environmental healing. Lavender aragonite heals your personal environment and Earth's meridian grid and raises the vibration of the planet. Become a vehicle for the healing of the environment by opening yourself to higher vibrational energies. Do not participate in anything that despoils the planet or diminishes its resources. Work with your power animal and nourish your inner being. If your environment is unhealthy and disharmonious, it cannot support well-being. Transform it and well-being returns. It is that energy for this pile that there's transformation happening and healing and the connection to everything around you. Because I did say for my pile number 2s, it feels like you are very closely, like you are an empath and you feel things very deeply. So for some of you, even making sure that where you spend your time, right, that you are cleansing your space, not only physically, but spiritually as well. The energetic space, the physical space. Let's take a look at the blessings that are going to come your way. Oops. And it says Morrigan's blessing of peace after battle. And you have been in a battle, pile number 2. Especially with that 9 of swords there. It's been a battle. It feels like a battle. And there's peace coming after this. There's a sense of, I can breathe. Let's see what else we have. A blessing for the right words. So being able to express yourself. Being able to find a way to express what it is that you need, what it is that you want. To speak your truth. For some of you, there is an opportunity for you to share your story to some capacity. It's going to be different for everyone. But overall, what you are being asked to do, the seed or seeds that you're being asked to plant for my pile number 2s is releasing. releasing the past, releasing the hold the past has on you, allowing healing to happen, and connecting to your purpose, to your North Node. I highly suggest for this pile that you look up your North Node and what it is, what house it's in. You could even have a North Node in the 12th house. 6th house as well. All right, 10th house as well is coming in. All right, pile number 2, that is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, sending you so much love, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this Chariot. And we're going to place that off to the side right there. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we are looking at what seeds can you plant in order to bring in some abundance into your life. So let's take a look at what we have for this pile. Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, 7 of Cups, and 2 of Cups. Okay, so very interesting energies so far. Let's actually fix that a little bit. So pile number 3. The seeds that you need to plant right now it's very interesting because it's kind of before you even get to the seeds, right? Before you even get to planting something, before you even get to trying to figure out what it is that you want, there's kind of a message here about getting clear. Because I feel like for my pile number 3s, there are multiple options for you, right? There are multiple things that interest you. There are multiple things that, you know, almost multiple roads that you can go down, especially with that 7 of Cups. And for many of my pile number 3s, those things can actually bring abundance and success to you. Whether this is career, job, or not, right? Because many different people, many different things. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about tangible abundance. But the message here is the same either way. What is it that you love, and can you get in touch? Can you push past the energy of illusion, the energy of doubt, the energy of not being sure of what it is that you want, so that you can become sure, so that you can figure out which option, which idea you want to follow. For my pile number 3s, you are the Queen of Pentacles. You are someone who can create abundance, you can create success. But there's a need to do that from a place of knowing exactly what it is that you want and doing something that is meaningful to you in some way, something that means something that you care about, something that you are passionate about. So for my pile number 3s, part of the seeds that you can plant now to bring in abundance is actually getting clear about what it is that you want, which option you wish to follow. Because again, for many of you, you have many different ideas. And even if you're just coming from a place of, I want to follow more than one idea, or I have something, I want to accomplish something that involves different aspects, different ideas, different options. The message from Freya is, can you focus on one thing at a time? Do not spread yourself thin. For some of you, there's some shadow work around success. There's some shadow work around what's possible for you. You may be someone who's used to picking the safe option. You may be someone who's used to picking the option that feels most attainable, even though that's not exactly what you want. That is coming through for someone here. Something else that's coming through for my pile number 3s is, again, making sure that you are doing something that lights you up, something that gives you energy, something that means something to you, something that connects with you at soul level. That is what you need to follow. And for some of you, it's going to be something creative. For some of you, this is about relationships and connections and love. Let's take a look at what we have here, because I picked some money and abundance cards since we were looking at abundance. So let's see what we have. Laborer with a new job of some kind is coming your way or going back to work. A career in construction, maintenance, or any kind of labor work could be for you. Your dependable and loyal nature will be rewarded soon. Keep at it. Goals. Don't let the world lead you. Take the steering wheel and take control of your life. This would be a good time to write down your goals and aspirations. Focus on creating and managing a budget. Yeah, this with the goals here, definitely a good time to write it all out, to get clear about what it is that you want to accomplish. Mechanic with mend what needs mending. It might be broken, but all is not lost. Consider a career as a mechanic in automotive, aerospace, or repair technician. You have the ability to easily fix your finances, but a sacrifice may be needed. And we have student. Work with a mentor to learn new skills or teach you how to implement your plans. You could be in a school to pursue higher education or work for a school district. Teach yourself to succeed with money or get a financial advisor to teach you. All right, pile number 3. Again, get clear about what it is that you want and come up with a plan. Come up with a plan of what needs to be done. For some of you, it's also time to take action, to start to take steps towards what it is that you want. Some of you could be in school. You could be considering going back to school. Or this could simply be about you learning something new in order for you to go after this dream, go after this goal that you have for yourself. The most important thing coming in from Freya so far is making sure that you write down your goals and aspirations, that you get clear about what it is that you want. And you were drawn to the Chariot. And the Chariot is an energy that says, this is who I am becoming, and I am choosing who I am becoming, and I am taking the steps necessary to become this person. Let's take a look at numerology. 41, self-discipline. And we also have 55 with adventure. Yeah, for some of you, it's going to be figuring out what you want, being disciplined enough. And it makes sense because we have laborer, we have mechanic, we have student, we have goals, and we have self-discipline. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, this is about grounding your energy so it's not as scattered. It's about picking what you want to do and fully giving yourself over to it. Don't spread yourself too thin. Don't try to create, it's one thing to try to learn or try to work at more than one thing. But it's a completely other thing to pick 5 things and try to make all 5 things happen at the same time. Prioritize. Pick one thing at a time and don't limit yourself. Don't limit your ideas and what you think is possible, because there is for some of you a belief that not everything that you want is possible, or that not everything that you want is achievable. And for some of you, that's the narrative that needs to change, because it's preventing you from moving forward. And this is also about having enough self-love for yourself to allow yourself to go after what you want. See what we have as far as astrology. Sagittarius IC. Some of you working with the third eye, right? Working with your dreams, working with your crown chakra. Moon with soul. So some of you could have a moon in Sagittarius, moon in Aries, moon in Leo is coming in. Moon in Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well. But with the moon in Sagittarius here, again, what do you see? And Artemis is also kind of coming in strongly, and I know that this is a reading for Freya, but every time I see kind of Sagittarius energy and I see that focus, right? That arrow, I think of Artemis. But with the moon here, we have the moon and the Two of Cups and the moon. Oh, so we have double moons here. Pisces, Cancer energy, very strong in this reading. But with the moon showing up here, for many of you, it's about connecting to the soul and what the soul wants and figuring that out so that you can create it. For my pile number 3s, you tend to be someone who can be very grounded, and you tend to be someone who can overthink, overanalyze. But you try to think with logic, and that can be very helpful, but it's also about being able to bring your feelings, your emotions, your heart and soul into it. Your intuition. What do I want? What am I being called towards? What illusions do you need to release? Where do you need self-discipline? We have the 7 of Cups and self-discipline. The 7 of Cups on its own is a very scattered energy. It's also an energy that tends to overanalyze, and it requires a lot of trust. Because out of those 7 cups, not every single cup has something that's meant for the person. As we can see, one of the cups has a snake coming out of it. So it's about being able to be discerning, and in order to be discerning, pile number 3, you have to be able to connect to your intuition and to your emotions, to your feelings, higher self, to your soul purpose, and to be able to hold the vision of what it is that you want and what it is that what the life that you want to live looks like. Let's see what needs to be surrendered. Surrender your addictions, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, you know what that says, or overworking. Take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. For some of you, the overthinking. For others of you, kind of spinning in place. For some of you, it could be food, it could be substances, it could be a person, because that relationship message came in. But having discipline with yourself. With whatever it is that you are distracting yourself. If it's food, how can you be more self-disciplined and not allow yourself to overindulge in whatever it is? Substances, food, again, people, overworking. And then we have surrender to miracles. Be open to the miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. What did I say? For some of you, you play it small, you play it safe. You don't necessarily pick the thing that calls to you. You pick the things that seem safe, that seem achievable, that seem within reach. You don't dare to go too far out. Can you believe in miracles? Can you look around and realize everything that's happening that is already a miracle in your life? See what we have with this Halloween card here. Black Cat, Fortune meets Opportunity. 7 of Cups is a card of opportunity, but it's a card of having discernment to pick the correct opportunity for you. Trust in self, trust in the universe to pick the correct opportunity. Because like I said, remember, every single cup represented is not necessarily a good option. It's an option, but it's not necessarily the best option. We saw a snake coming out of one of those cups. So can you, and with the Black Cat here, very magical energy, very intuitive energy, very witchy energy. Can you trust your intuition enough to take the opportunities? Can you nurture yourself? Can you, Sagittarius I see? Can you open your imagination? Can you connect to your third eye and hold a vision of what it is that you want and then allow opportunities to come in? Not only opportunities to come in, but allow yourself to accept the opportunities that do come in. Because by you clearing up what it is that you want And by you going through everything that it is that you're trying to create, and this is not to say that you cannot create more than one thing, but this is to say that it's best to focus your intentions and prioritize one thing at a time. So as you do that, creating opportunity for the right opportunities to come your way. Let's take a look at what we have with the unicorn here. Intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your request to the universe. This sums up everything that we've been talking about, because it's talking about being clear, and that's the first message that I got, because I saw that 7 of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's able to focus. She knows what she wants and she's able to create it. And it's not created because it's coming to her, it's given to her. It's created because she has the ability to see it through, just like the Chariot, and you were drawn to the Chariot if you're watching this. And then it says, focus on what you really want. And we talked about that. Get clear. You have a lot of ideas, a lot of different opportunities. Which one do you want to go after first? Which one means the most to you at soul level? Which one lights you up the most? And then be bold, right? Don't play it safe. Don't play it small. And Freya is all about being bold. She is a goddess of fertility, creation, right? And you're able to do that, but you need to get clear. Let's see pile number 3. Emptied. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Perspective here, right? How you view things. You know, this either side of the same door, or it could be either side of the same coin. It's almost like if we think about temperature, right? Hot and cold are just different degrees of the same thing. On one end, it's going to be cold. On one end, it's going to be hot, but it's exactly the same thing. So what do you need to change your perspective or to broaden your perspective on at this time? There's a new beginning here, but it's going to require you to do things differently, to approach things differently. We did have adventure. For some of you to dare to dream, to have a bigger dream. To dare to try to do things in a different way, to be a little bit more spontaneous. To let go of things that feel comfortable and embrace things that feel perhaps a little uncomfortable because they are new. Eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. So what is right for you, pile number 3? What do you want? What do you need? What do you deserve? And can you believe that you deserve that success, that love, that happiness, that joy, that satisfaction? Can you acknowledge what it is that you truly want without fooling yourself, without the illusions, without the lies to self, without the sugarcoating of what it is that you want? Because for my pile number 3s, for some of you, this comes down to perfectionism. It comes down to fear of failure. But you are this Queen of Pentacles regardless of gender. I picked a crystal. I want to see what this is for this pile, and I will be looking at the book, Smoky Quartz Celestial. Let's see what this says, because I am not very good with crystals. I'm not that familiar with them. So it says Smoky Quartz Celestial, transmutational magic. A stone for karmic healing. Smoky Quartz Celestial opens into different dimensions and brings powerful transmutation. Be patient. Much stirs beneath a calm surface. That's moon energy right there. Total transformation is closed. It may entail a trip into the underworld. And when we talk about the underworld, it's the shadow self, which again, moon energy. That could also be moon energy. Actually, moon as in astrology, moon as in tarot card. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Ground your efforts in the everyday, but retain contact with higher realms. So grounding yourself into actual, it's an actual action, but at the same time connecting to your intuition, to your higher self. Success comes through dedication and trust in your abilities. Mentors are available. Release yourself from old enchantments. No part of you is evil or bad. Embracing your shadow leads you to healing hidden in the darkest reaches of yourself. Yeah, this is about healing the shadow side, the shadow self. For my pile number 3s, the seeds that you need to plant in order to get to your abundance is healing the shadow, working with the shadow self, getting to know your shadow self. Let's look at the blessings that are going to come your way as a result of this. A blessing of the earth. To me, the blessing of the earth is feeling more grounded, more sure of yourself. It's also about tangible, right? Money. Tangible abundance coming in. But most importantly, feeling grounded, feeling safe, secure within yourself. Having that sense of safety and security all around you, and that does involve money. See what the other one is? A blessing to bring clarity. Archangel Michael energy here, very strong. But with a blessing to bring clarity, right? With the moon, a lot of confusion. With the 7 of Cups, a lot of confusion. So things becoming more clear. And for this pile, it's going to be clarity on who am I, where am I headed? What do I want, and what am I going to dedicate myself to first? What am I going to prioritize in my life? What can I release? What is the next step, and how can I be more disciplined with myself? Again, what is the next step? How can I step out of this comfort zone? There's a new beginning here, but it's up to you if you're going to accept it or not. A lot of transformation, transmutation, shadow work for this pile. All right, pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the deities series. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, sending you so much love, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.